How to land sales by being dumb. Is that sales for nice people? Well, maybe it is. Because if you show up to a meeting and you try to look all clever and intelligent, then that is probably the reason why the deal doesn't work and you don't get the client. Nobody likes a smartass. Nobody likes a know-it-all. And besides, how are you going to know that what you are saying is exactly what your buyer needs to hear? It is conceit for you to think that if I say this thing in that way, it's going to make my buyer go, oh my God, that is so wonderful. Where do I sign? How do I send you money? You don't know your buyer even to a 10th% of everything there is to know about them, not 1%. Your buyer is an entire world with family and challenges and stakeholders and investors and an exit strategy and children to pick up from school. There is so much that goes on in your buyer's life. And what do you know about your buyer? 2 or 3 things: a presenting problem and some team configuration and a budget. That's all you know. It is very, very little data. So with that limited set of data, that very limited amount of intel, how are you going to possibly know what your buyer needs to hear? And how are you going to give them a pitch that's going to make them want to work with you? Now, instead of trying to look smart and trying to figure out what you need to say, play dumb. Just be a learner. Just be comfortable being dumb. Be comfortable not knowing everything. And position yourself as somebody who is there to better understand the life and the challenges of your buyer. Not only will that surface a whole bunch of information and intel that will help you understand what your buyer actually wants solved and how and for which reasons, which then enables you to say the things that you should say, it also means that you make it easier for your buyer to connect with you, to like you, to trust you. Because you're not there to show up and be all impressive and smart and clever. No, you're trying to understand them. The power of having a conversation where your goal is to simply be a learner is enormous. It is going to make your entire sales process a lot more pleasant because you won't have to look for the right words to say. Just ask them questions. It is going to give you the information that you need in order to have a quality conversation with your buyer. And it's going to help them sort through their issues and challenges and concerns in order to finally get to a decision. That is really all the sales process is about. Your buyer making a decision to either buy or to not buy. Up to them, it's all good. Both choices are fine. Get your buyer to a decision and don't try to force that decision to be a yes by saying the right and clever things. So maybe give it a try. Next time when you speak with a buyer, simply open the conversation and say something like this. I have a broad general idea of what needs doing, but I'm missing a lot of detail. And unless I truly understand what you're looking for and why, I have no idea what I should offer you. So do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Can you help me understand better what we're trying to accomplish here? Start your sales conversation with that and see the rich treasure trove of information and insight and intel that your buyer shares with you, and see what kind of a quality conversation you can have and how much your buyer is going to buy in to the process of having these sales conversations with you. Not only is it more likely that you land a sale, it's also going to be much more likely that they're going to want to meet with you again, because the process of explaining their own challenges and struggles and concerns to somebody else helps them get clarity that makes it easier to make a decision. So it turns the sales conversation into an experience that is inherently, fundamentally, intrinsically valuable. And that is sales for nice people. Go to salesfornicepeople.com/sign up, and I will see you again tomorrow.